Just managing the game. It's an important part to not get too emotional in this come tournament time because it can really swing one way or the other, and a run can really put you at a deficit that you can't recover from. I was pretty determined not to get too emotional at times, and knowing that we were playing good basketball. We were playing physical, and we weren't making shots in the first half. I mean, we had a lot of good open looks. I think we had 8 threes taken, and I'd say 7 of them were really good shots. We had some missed layups. So the adjustments in the second half were mostly just, let's keep our confidence, let's keep our swagger, let's understand that you're going to have to work the game. Monroe's bringing it tonight, and you have to give them a lot of credit with how they played and stayed with it. We were able to get them in foul trouble. So the aggression level overall in the 2 halves I was really happy with. The body language didn't dip, like you said, at all, and that's a big jump. And tomorrow we get a chance to play a very good Lafayette team that actually we really struggled in that game with our body language, especially early in the game. They came out, played very good, inspired basketball to start the game, kind of knocked us back, and it took us a while to respond. One thing we talked about going into this game is we got to coach ourselves. You got to go to the next play. The coaches, if they're talking to you, you got to take what they're saying and you got to get to the next play. Teammates, if you're talking to your teammates and trying to get corrections made, you got to get to the next play, because once again, we don't have time for a 15-point run or a 10-minute drought. We got to fix stuff right now in the game, and that's going to be our focus during the game, during the week.
Dustin Tiller, Rivals. Coach, there were times where your defense was able to hold ULM scoreless at least 2 different 4 scoring droughts in the first half. What do you feel was your big success that allowed you to be able to do that?
Well, we had good help side for the most part. Anytime I thought Juan was really locked in defensively, as well as Pettigrew inside, and we did a pretty good job not letting Fred Brown making him work for shots, and he could really score the basketball. If you give him any daylight, you're probably going to have him getting into a rhythm. And I thought early we kind of took him out of that rhythm a little bit. We also threw a little 3-2 out there. I thought that threw them off a little bit in terms of scoring the basketball. We're trying to mix up our defenses a little more as teams get adjusted in game, and I think that started it for us. And I don't know if Monroe ever put their head down, but I didn't see them as a real confident team as we were mixing up defenses. They made some shots and they were playing hard, but I didn't see a ton of confidence, and maybe because we started off pretty good defensively.
Coach, you talked earlier in the week about the older guys needing to kind of show the way. The 3 seniors obviously were your 3 on-court leaders tonight. I wonder, did they say anything to the team beforehand? Did you direct them specifically to say anything to the team, or was it kind of a lead by example?
It was one of the points of emphasis before the game. I think this time of year, we're played all these teams once, sometimes twice, and it's one of those deals where we have to control what we can do, and you have to lean on the experience of the seniors and what they've been through, and they have to bring a calmness to the team and an aggression level to the team come tournament play. It was one of the last things we talked about before we went out, and they know what they got to do at this point. We were pretty locked in all week. Today we were locked in. Yesterday, good practices leading up to tonight's game, and this is one down. This is one down. And we got to get some rest now and do the same thing tomorrow against a team that, once again, played very well against us last time out. So I feel like our guys are excited about the matchup, the rematch.
Are you a believer in things like a second wind? Or obviously they're going to be tired going into tomorrow night. Are you a believer in a second wind, or at this point in the season is it just kind of, I guess, toughness, so to speak?
Do we have a choice?
I don't think they're going to.
Unless they give us an extra day off, we don't have a choice. We got to go out there, and I'm not buying that we're going to be too tired to play inspired basketball tomorrow. I think we got enough guys that are hungry right now, and we have finished strong, and we've put ourselves in position to live another day, and that's what it's about. We're going to try to take advantage of it tomorrow.
One more question.
Just talk about the Lafayette matchup. I mean, you guys, it's obviously quick turnaround. You just talked about it, but you know, tail of two halves in that one. What would you expect more of this, or you know, what would you expect, I guess, from them tomorrow?
Well, I expect them to play lights out. You know, that's I think they played a good basketball game the first time out. I think they're physical. I think they're athletic. They're well coached. They're in a rhythm right now. They're probably the hottest team in our conference right now. And we're going to have to play a good 40-minute basketball game to give ourselves a chance at the end of the game to be on the right side of it. There are a lot of things we were not happy with as a group after that game. We want to put a much better 40-minute effort out there than we did the last time out. We had a bad start. We had a bad finish to the half. We had a bad start to the second half. We got down 17 before we really responded. So there are a lot of adjustments we have to make, mostly with the mental approach to what kind of game this is going to be. But a great opportunity.